I don't think nobody shit you up. I know for a fact somebody shit you up.
Well, word on the street is that a woman backdoored Foolio. This is none other than Alicia Andrews. Popular commentator College Kid revealed that Alicia, who was among the 5 arrested, was at Foolio's party just before the murder. According to College Kid, Alicia fed Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright Foolio's location throughout the night. 21-year-old Foolio murder suspect Alicia Andrews was allegedly celebrating Jacksonville rapper's birthday with him in Tampa. Told suspects Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright his location. The Post read. Some in the comments section said that this is Alicia at the party. If this is true, then Foolio isn't the first rapper to go down after being backdoored by a woman.
All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison, even the ones who didn't pull the trigger.
What's the deal, gang? We got Foolio killers sentenced. We about to see what this about. Make sure y'all boys tap in. Let's get into this video, bro. Make sure y'all keep me all day positive, bro. Okay.
The dominoes are falling, and Foolio's case seems close to being solved.
Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, Sean Gathright, Davion Murphy, and Rashard Murphy are all accused of playing a role in Jones's death.
Their arrests are not as dramatic.
See, y'all just watched a video of the 3 people getting caught, but it's 2 other people, bro. Like,
as the crimes they committed. The details are disturbing as they used expert-level planning skills and stalked their target for days before killing him.
The level of planning and coordination between these 5 defendants was truly
so who is this? Who gang is? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who is this?
alarming.
As suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
Sadly, only one fate awaits them if found guilty.
All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison.
So how exactly were they arrested? Well, prepare to have your mind blown. Foolio's killers arrested. On June 26th, just 3 days after the brutal ambush that claimed the life of Charles Jones, better known as Julio Foolio, Jacksonville Sheriff's deputies were on high alert. The streets were buzzing with tension, and the hunt for the killers was intensifying. On this day, a seemingly routine traffic stop would become a pivotal moment in the investigation. The scene unfolded when deputies observed a gold SUV speeding through the streets of Jacksonville. The vehicle had dark tinted windows, making it difficult to see who was inside. The unmarked sheriff's vehicle activated its patrol lights, signaling the driver to pull over. The driver complied, and the vehicle came to a stop. Little did the deputies know this stop would lead them one step closer to solving the murder of Julio Foolio. The driver of the gold SUV was identified as 18-year-old Sean Gathright. As the deputies approached the vehicle, they immediately detected the strong smell of marijuana emanating from inside. Sean, however, denied having or smoking any marijuana. Despite his denial, the deputies knew they had probable cause to search the vehicle. Sean was asked to step out of the SUV and stand at the back while the deputies conducted a thorough search. As they began their search, they discovered a small bag with marijuana residue and mushrooms. But that was just the beginning. In the center console, they found a Glock 19, a semi-automatic pistol. The discovery of the firearm raised immediate red flags, but what they found next would be even more alarming. In the back seats of the SUV, deputies uncovered several bags of ammunition along with firearm parts and accessories. The sheer quantity of ammunition and the presence of firearm components suggested that Sean was not just an ordinary teenager. The deputies knew they had stumbled upon something big. Sean was promptly arrested and taken into custody. He was transported to the Crime Gun Intelligence Center office for an interview. The deputies hoped that this arrest would yield valuable information that could help them crack the case wide open. As Sean sat in the interrogation room, the waiter...
Nigga, what's that, Drewski? Nigga, hey, nigga, what the fuck?
Gun Intelligence Center office for an interview. The deputies hoped that this arrest would yield valuable information that could help them crack the case.
I ain't tripping, bro. That's
him,
bro. What?
The weight of the situation began to sink in. The deputies pressed him for information, but Sean remained tight-lipped. Despite his silence, the evidence found in his vehicle spoke volumes. The Glock 19, the ammunition, and the firearm parts all pointed to a potential connection to a crime. The next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence that would change the course of the investigation. The information pointed to a conspiracy to commit murder, and Sean's arrest was the key that unlocked this new lead. Based on this intelligence, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They had been informed that 21-year-old Isaiah Chance, 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and a baby were inside the home. The detectives surrounded the house and began giving verbal commands over a PA system.
Isaiah Chance, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office here in your front driveway. We have a warrant for your arrest. Come to your front door. With nothing in your hand.
They called for the occupants to surrender for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
All right, go to your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Finally, Isaiah and Alicia emerged from the house holding the baby. They were taken into custody without incident. The arrests of Isaiah and Alicia and the evidence found in Sean's vehicle marked a significant breakthrough in the case. The detectives now had 3 suspects in custody, and the puzzle pieces started coming together. The investigation was...
Come on, man.
Mike Rogers made millions cashing in on his connections from Congress.
We're getting too into it. I want to play, bro. This shit crazy, bro.
custody, and the puzzle pieces started coming together. The investigation was far from over, but the relentless efforts of law enforcement were beginning to pay off. However, the story doesn't end there. The search continued for the remaining suspects, shifting the focus to Rashad Murphy. Rashad Murphy, a 30-year-old resident of Jacksonville, had managed to evade capture. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, with assistance from U.S. Marshals, tracked Murphy's movements, piecing together his whereabouts. Their efforts led them to the Collins Preserve apartments in the Ortega area of Jacksonville. In the early hours of Tuesday morning, a day after the first 3 suspects were arrested, SWAT units were deployed to the Collins Preserve apartments. The SWAT team surrounded the apartment where Murphy was believed to be hiding, creating a perimeter to prevent any escape. Kellogg Kidd reported that Rashad Murphy had barricaded himself inside the house with a gun to his head on FaceTime with his girl and was refusing to surrender. Police negotiators attempted to communicate with Rashad Murphy, urging him to surrender peacefully. The standoff was tense, with officers prepared for any eventuality. After a tense standoff, Rashad Murphy surrendered just after midnight, ending the dramatic operation.
Keep crawling. Come on towards me.
Only Davion Murphy is still
I gotta watch, bro. I gotta watch that one. He crying.
Detectives delved deeper into the backgrounds of Isaiah and Alicia. They uncovered startling connections to the crime. Isaiah was a documented member of ATK, a gang known as Aim to Kill.
Wait, what?
Connections to the crime. Isaiah was a documented member of ATK, a gang known as Aim to Kill, or ACE's top killers. This gang affiliation was a crucial piece of the puzzle, as it linked Isaiah to the ongoing feud between Julio and rival rapper Young.
Let me follow this little Dewey.
And Ace, who was also associated with ATK. In the days leading up to his murder, tensions between the rival gangs in Jacksonville had reached a boiling point. The 6 Block gang had a long-standing feud with 2 other allied street gangs, ATK and 1200. This rivalry lasted over a decade, resulting in numerous violent confrontations and a trail of bloodshed. Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy are documented as 1200 gang members. Foolio'S affiliation with the 6 Block gang made him a target in this ongoing gang war. Between June 21st and 23, the sinister plot began to unfold. The 5 suspects planned to take out Foolio as part of their gang retaliation. The group traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa, determined to track down and kill their target. On June 22nd, they arrived in Tampa in 2 separate vehicles.
How far is that? Like, how many hours is that? Like,
their mission was clear: locate Charles Jones and settle the score. The following day, June 23rd, Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews began their hunt, tracking Jones and his entourage to multiple locations.
As suspects were seen on video following Jones from location to location.
Using a cell phone, Chance coordinated with the other suspects, setting the stage for a deadly confrontation. On the fateful night of June 23rd, Foolio and his entourage were tracked to the Home 2 Suites at 11606 McKinley Drive. Both vehicles followed Julio Foolio from a club to the hotel where the ambush occurred.
At 4:15 in the morning, Jones began to head to a hotel on McKinley. One of the suspect vehicles is seen following the victim. However, instead of following them into a parking lot, they stage across the street.
Surveillance footage showed one of the vehicles driving by Foolio's parked car twice, seemingly confirming which car he was in. Then, in a coordinated attack, 3 armed shooters exited a vehicle and got into position.
they knew what car he was in. They knew what car he was in. They couldn't catch him in that scat. He called me saying that they knew it was us.
See, the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder.
And once they were in position, they opened fire, killing Foolio with a handgun and 2 rifles. Foolio's car sped off immediately after the shots rang out, but it was too late.
And they are shooting at Charles now. And you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee.
The barrage of bullets was relentless. Charles Jones was killed on the spot, and 3 others were injured in the hail of gunfire. The shooters, identified as Rashad Murphy, Sean Gathright, and Davion Murphy, fled the scene.
At 4:38,
Identified as Rashad Murphy, Sean Gathright, and Davion Murphy, fled the scene.
at 4:38, 3 shooters exited a vehicle and walked in the direction of the hotel. They murdered Jones with a handgun and 2 rifles. This barrage of gunfire also struck 3 additional victims who miraculously survived this incident.
Although only 3 of the 5
Flippy, the AI-powered kitchen robot from Miso Robotics that can help restaurant owners make more profit.
pulled their triggers, all 5 are facing life in prison. It turns out that in Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death.
All 5 of these defendants are facing life in the Florida State Prison, even the ones who didn't pull the trigger. In Florida, if you participate in the planning of a murder, you can be held accountable for the person's death. And that is what we intend to do here.
The suspects were captured on hotel surveillance cameras and cameras from a parked Tesla. This footage, license plate readers, and car logs helped law enforcement identify the vehicles and link them to the suspects. The evidence was mounting, and the detectives were closing in on the individuals responsible for the heinous crime. However, it seems that more arrests will be made, with young Ace looking more likely to find himself behind bars. Not only is he on the cops' radar, but there might be evidence linking the crime to him. Youngin Ace Rico, ahead.
So Young and Ace has long been known in Jacksonville, but he can't move around in Jacksonville without us knowing about it.
Are the walls closing in on the ATK gang leader? Maybe. After the arrests were announced, he took to his Instagram to post a snippet of his interview with DJ Academics.
You approach me, be ready to die. Be ready to die or go to jail.
That's not your mentality, is that?
That's my mentality. I'm ready to die or go to jail right now.
Seems like Ace has been shaken to the core. Do the feds have evidence that'll put him in behind bars? Well, Ace may have just snitched on himself, and it's not even in the 2 diss tracks directed at Foolio after he died. Ace revealed that one way to get ops is to use women as bait.
I tell my dogs, stay away from all them or they'll drop your low and you don't with. And I don't think nobody shit you up. I know for facts somebody shit you up.
Well, word on the street is that a woman backdoored Foolio. This is none other than Alicia Andrews. Popular commentator College Kid revealed that Alicia, who was among the 5 arrested, was at Foolio's party just before the murder. According to College Kid, Alicia fed Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright Foolio's location throughout the night. 21-year-old Foolio murder suspect Alicia Andrews was allegedly celebrating Jacksonville rapper's birthday with him in Tampa. Told suspects, Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright, his location, the Post read. Some in the comments section said that this is Alicia at the party. If this is true, then Foolio isn't the first rapper to go down after being backdoored by a
Wait, hold on.
at the party. If this is
That was her at the
his
party.
location, the Post read.
Damn!
Some in the comments section said that this is Alicia at the party. If this is true, then Foolio isn't the first rapper to go down after being backdoored by a woman. One of the most famous examples came out of the Chicago drill scene, with FBG Cash suffering the same fate.
Dad, like 5 o'clock that morning, you was loose as hell, trying to ride around with in a rack. Come on, bro, ain't no doing that, cuz. You know better, like, these will set you up.
FBG Cash was a hard man to get to. However, it was no secret that the rapper was a ladies' man, even bragging about dating Chief Keef's mom, even though Keef was an op.
Yeah, it happened. Mama. And that just put me over the top, like, far as, like, people want to know who I am.
What happened with his mom?
Like, I used to with her. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I ain't gonna cap.
When King Von was killed, Cash decided to take a photo next to the mural showing his middle finger. However, instead of having kind words for the deceased rapper, he captioned the post saying, "Whole world witnessed your main sniper get his splat." This stunt did not go down well with Von's guys, and especially with Von's best friend, Lil Durk. Lil Durk decided to stick up for Von by warning Cash in his song Computer Murderers, where he raps sneaking pics by Von mural like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. Seemingly enjoying the attention, Cash would use Durk's beat on Computer Murderers and continue dissing King Von, singing Von got his clapped. You had us thinking he was stressed. Cash loved the clout as it was building his music career. He even started trolling his ops in interviews. In one interview, he was asked about his infamous stunt at King Von's mural. He responded by saying that Lil Durk had told him to do it.
Telling at some point you take the picture.
I like how he referred, like he used this nigga as an example of how Foolio, you feel me? Type shit, you feel me? Because I'm in my head like, damn, this nigga got a topic. But no, I had to realize why he was talking about this nigga.
So what was going on with all that?
Dirk told me to do that. Dirk told you to do that.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time before his ops would catch up with him, and a warning from Dirk on social media gave a clue as to what would happen next. Lil Durk had taken to Instagram to warn him, "Don't diss Thang if you be lingering and chasing. Won't end well. That's March," the Instagram story read. Cash didn't heed any advice, and soon...
If you've been getting scam texts like these, it was me. I said that probably means your date has been leaked, and I have...
Fuck them hoes.
Soon, he was on the news. On the 9th of June, 2022, Cash was picked up by a female friend and headed for a nightclub. After the club, the rapper took her to a friend's house to sleep with her. At around 5 in the morning, Cash drove the car home with the girl in the back seat. According to her, she was tired and wanted to sleep. A few minutes later, Cash stopped at the stop sign on the 1600 block of West 81st when a car cut them off. 3 men jumped out and opened fire.
She climbed in the back seat. What? You was sleeping in the passenger?
Cash exited the vehicle as he shot back. However, he was soon overpowered. Cash was later taken to Christ Hospital in Oak Lawn, where he succumbed to his injuries. According to reports, a few weeks before the tragic incident that claimed his life, FBG Cash was involved in a shooting in which even he suspected that the female he was with had set him up. Luckily, only his arm was grazed by a bullet, and he lived to tell the tale.
When I went to look, I was like, damn. Like the bullet had ripped all my jacket. Like, I'm like, I'm shot.
That morning, Cash had just left the studio and gone to the woman's house. At around 4:20 in the morning, a guy started blowing up her phone. According to Cash, it was the girl's boyfriend. The woman then told Cash that her boyfriend had the house keys, meaning he could show up at any moment. So the duo decided to leave the house. They jumped into the woman's car and drove off with Cash in the passenger seat. The rapper did one thing that saved his life that night. He reclined his seat and lay on his back while on his phone. On the way home, they stopped at a red light as a vehicle pulled behind them. According to Cash, the woman told him that it was a cop. The rapper peeped but couldn't see clearly, so he went back to his phone. Suddenly, the rear windshield was broken by a hail of bullets. Luckily, he was not in the line of fire. Immediately, the woman sped off before anyone could get shot. People around Cash warned him about being around the woman as she was an Instagram model, and they had only gone out 3 times before the incident. According to them, she may have set up the rapper.
And who would know where I was at? Like, fuck, I wasn't, like, you can't see in my car. And then, fucking, it's not like I was sitting straight up in her car. And then, like, if she did set me up, like, she did it with the wrong people because they didn't kill Joe.
From Ace's post about not fearing death or jail to his take on women helping set up ops, it seems like the rapper may be in cuffs sooner or later. And if he does end up in jail, he won't be the only rapper behind bars for murder.
He got a curve.
Killer rappers sentenced. TK always comes to mind when talking about killer rappers. He was only 16 when he was charged with his first murder. On July 26, 2016, a botched home invasion in Mansfield, Texas, set the stage for a series of violent events. TK, along with a group of accomplices, broke into the home of 21-year-old Ethan Walker. The robbery quickly turned deadly, resulting in Walker's tragic death and another man being injured. Although TK did not carry a gun during the invasion, he was armed with brass knuckles. Following the home invasion, TK was arrested and charged with capital murder. Due to his age, he was initially held in juvenile custody. However, he was later released on house arrest, fitted with an ankle monitor, and awaited a hearing to determine if he would be tried as an adult. As the hearing approached, TK made a fateful decision. In March 2017, just days before the hearing, he cut off his ankle monitor and fled. This bold escape marked the beginning of a nationwide manhunt and a series of criminal activities that would shock the nation.
And then he did the video. That shit was so crazy. You know, I was a little nigga.
On the run, TK released The Race, a song that would become his most famous track. The lyrics boast about his fugitive status, capturing the attention of fans and law enforcement alike. The song's success propelled TK into the spotlight. On April 23rd, 2017, TK's flight from justice took a deadly turn. In San Antonio, Texas, TK and his accomplices lured 23-year-old photographer Mark Anthony Saldivar into their car under the pretense of a photo shoot at a mall. Once inside the vehicle, the situation quickly escalated. According to court documents, TK and another suspect pulled out guns and demanded Saldivar's backpack, which contained his camera equipment. Saldivar was pistol whipped and forced out of the car. Desperate to retrieve his belongings, he tried re-entering the vehicle and even jumped onto the hood. It was then that TK allegedly leaned out of the window and shot Saldivar, fatally wounding him. Following the San Antonio killing, TK continued his run from the law. On May 25th, 2017, he and another teen allegedly attacked and robbed a 65-year-old man in Arlington's Cravens Park. This brazen act further solidified TK's reputation as a dangerous fugitive.
He was holding
that nigga was dangerous.
Pistol and had it pointed like this, steady as could be, toward my head.
The nationwide manhunt for TK finally came to an end in late June 2017 when he was arrested in New Jersey and later sentenced to 55 years. Another young rapper who is still behind bars for murder is one-hit wonder Salento. The events of January 21st, 2021 would change his life forever. In the early hours of that morning, DeKalb County Police Department officers responded to reports of a shooting in Panthersville,
The nigga watch me win. Yeah, like, what the fuck going on?
southeast of Atlanta. Upon arrival, they discovered the lifeless body of 34-year-old Frederick Rooks lying on a road. He had been shot in the face and leg and was pronounced dead at the scene. Neighbors reported hearing multiple gunshots and alerted authorities. Security footage from the area showed several cars fleeing the scene, with one vehicle honking its horn as it sped away. This footage became a crucial piece of evidence in the investigation. On January 31st, 2021, Salento was arrested and booked on suspicion of felony murder. The arrest marked a dramatic turn in Salento's life as he went from a celebrated artist to a suspect in a murder investigation. The rapper was charged with malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm while committing a felony. Salento's legal team, led by his publicist Chanel Hudson, quickly went into damage control mode. In a statement to NBC News, Hudson revealed that Salento suffered from a series of mental health illnesses. She emphasized that his legal team was working to ensure he received the proper medications and in-house therapy to stabilize his condition. Hudson urged the public to keep Salento in their prayers and support him as he navigated the criminal justice system. However, 3 years later, his case has yet to start. The young rapper is still in jail after the judge denied him bail. The judge's decision to deny bond was rooted in serious concerns about Salento's mental health. The court heard that Salento had a history of mental illness, including bipolar disorder, and had repeatedly refused to take his prescribed medication. This refusal, coupled with his erratic behavior, made him a significant risk to the community. In September 2020, the rapper's troubles began to surface. He was arrested in Los Angeles after reportedly storming out of his family home and chasing his alleged girlfriend with a machete. Salento's legal woes didn't end there. The following month, he was arrested again for reckless driving. During the arrest, he made bizarre claims that former President Donald Trump had texted him asking for help. Prosecutors argued that Salento's release on bond would pose a serious threat. They highlighted an instance where he had left a California mental health facility against medical advice, underscoring his pattern of non-compliance with treatment. The prosecution also revealed that even Salento's grandparents strongly opposed his release, fearing what he might do next. Clearly, rappers aren't above the law, and Young and Ace should be worried about the feds actively looking into his gang, AT.
I ain't gonna lie, they got off topic towards the end of the video. No cap, but grind don't stop. I wasn't just gonna click up the video. I know y'all probably want to see the whole thing, but hey man, make sure y'all boys tap in. Grind don't stop, bro. No cap.
Nigga lied to my face, now how could you? Fuck a lifetime, play for crumbs, now why would you? Smelling like bond number 9, it's a 9 in my hoodie. 7-hour drive, me and 5 smoking cookie.